Today is another vlog day. Today we are eventing with Robbie. He's doing his first ever 90. Hopefully I've prepared him enough. And he's got loads of ability. I get more worried about doing 90s with Robbie because he's greener and doesn't really understand the game, and then I'll do the going novice on Incy, which is a bonkers. But anyway, here he is in the background. He's just having his polish up. He's pretty well at the moment. I was supposed to have a flat work lesson this week and I forgot about it, which is not going very well. I've got Jem here helping me, so she'll be doing the videoing. And yeah, so we're just in the getting the horse ready stage. I need to get changed, and then we will be on our way to dressage. But I haven't walked the course yet. I've got time after my dressage to do that, so I can show you the course. I've had a look on cross-country maps. It looks fine. Well, ish. It's a few questions, but hopefully Robbie can answer them. And yeah, so hopefully we're looking for a nice day. I don't expect to be competitive because I don't think we'll just be going for experience. And so hopefully Robbie will have a really nice day. Obviously this is his third event ever. So we'll have to see. So Robbie's also had a change of bitting for his flat work. It's really bad, but I've got no more cavesons that will fit onto a spare bridle. The other caveson's on with his jumping bridle, so he's in a grackle, but it is very loose. I've also swapped his bit over. He's in just one with a lozenge now. I'm not convinced I've still got there with his bitting, but you know, he goes quite nicely in this for where he is in his flat work. He's not going to set the world on fire with his flat work today because it's all just, he's 5 and it's a work in progress. But yeah, the grackle suits his face, but yeah, it's very loose. And it's mainly there because I literally I had a double check yesterday and I've got no other cavesons because Incy's got one and Robbie's got the other on his jump bridle, as I said. A little bit higher. And so Robbie I've got a lot of grackle bridles which I don't really use anymore, so I tend to mostly use some cavesons. So that's what he's got at the moment. Oh, that needs to go onto the top hole.
I was going to say, it's very, very loose.
Yeah, no, so that goes to the top hole. But yeah, it's not very tight. It'll be tighter if Jemima does it up properly.
You don't need control, do you?
No, I've also got poor Robbie. He's a poor relation in this because he's picked up an extra bridle. So he's got my real tatty reins, which are brown, not to go with black bridle. So don't look, people, if you're one of those people that has to have matching tack. I'm anal about a lot of things, but that's one thing I'm not anal about because I just want tack that works.
Did you enjoy that?
I don't know if enjoy is the right word. He's still very, it's quite hard in a 20x40, isn't it, on a baby horse. He's still a bit wobbly. But on the whole, it is getting there. I think the balance is improving. You know, he got there in the free walk, so I'm quite pleased about that.
Free walk was nice.
Yeah, so, you know, he is where he is at the moment. He'll just carry on getting better. He's getting better with the balance. The trot work's the thing he actually finds the hardest.
Yeah.
The canter work he actually finds quite easy. So it's a bit different to Incy, who's the opposite. But yeah, he'll get, the more better balance he gets, the better in the contact, I think. He'll do some nice scores in the future. He's never going to be very nice flashy, horse. But he'll be correct.
He'll be a nice horse.
Yeah.
He's a nice person.
He's a very nice person. So, what's just behind? Start box, and then fence one is just a nice little log. So I'm on the orange numbers, doing 90. 80 is causing quite a few problems, but I don't know why. Guess we'll go find out as we go round. Robbie is very green. Sometimes you can keep training and training, but they actually need to learn on the job. So today, Robbie might be learning on the job. And I'll just have to do my best as a rider to help him and enable him as much as possible. He's still very green. The dressage scoring is really high. And Danny Evans, who's obviously professional, got a 37. She never gets 37, so not that hopeful for Robbie. But I know that he'll carry on improving. It's not like I've put hundreds of hours in and it's going beautifully and still get 34. Anyway, so fence 2.
Oh, this little grey here, buddy. Very happily
it's just this nice little brush shared with the 80s, so that's always good. I like that. I genuinely think the 100s have a nicer option. They've got a skinny to another skinny, but they've got plenty of distance in between. It's on a slight curving line. Whereas we've got, going in from light into dark, we've got this quite starey log, and then we've got a step. Now they never jump this step very well, because you've got the cars and the noise behind it. They look like they're jumping into the hedge. So yes, you have got a bit of space. This will need riding very carefully. And then you've got this step. It's also on the angle, so it's not straight. So yeah, it's not a straightforward fence. So it's simple technicality-wise, but it's a lot for them to deal with and look at. So you can see where Gem is. They haven't really got very much space. Obviously there's a camera there as well, and then it's very easy for them to come out the side door rather than carry on straight. So it's really not a very nice fence. It's not, I think it's quite a hard technicality for a 90, because there's your log. But do you know what? They've got to learn, and so you do your best, and sometimes they learn on the job, and then you go away and do your homework. So our out is a little, it's not quite an owl hole, but it's a nice little brush, not very big. And again, they're jumping out into light, so often they go better doing that. But yeah, that's a real good old question there. So 12 is a chicana, which is on its whole, it's not very big, but you can have the build-up of consequences. So obviously you've just done a very intense couple of jumps where they might be then thinking a bit backwards or not trusting you. So you haven't really got a chance to get them forwards and having a happy time again if they didn't have the happiest time through that. So you just need to ride really forward. But then you've got 13, it's numbered separately, so you can't jump too forwards over this and too big, because then you've got your little skinny on the way out. So clever fence, easy to be caught out. You've got plenty of time and it's on a vaguely straight line, but again with a young horse they're a bit backwards over that. You've then got to really get them thinking forwards and straight again for this. So fence 14, it's a nice little brush. So after that intense bit with quite a lot going on, you can go, well done, have a bit of a breather, have a nice fence, a bit of a let up fence. So hopefully that should ride okay. Just had to swap over, my battery's died on my camera. So fence 15, nice little upright. Not very big, so real nice. As I said, home is in sight, so really encouraging for them. So fence 16, we're coming back to another water, so it's bit more leery, but hopefully he'd have had a good experience at the last water, and so we'll know what to do. So again, ride really positively at this, not too fast, because then you've got the water coming up quite quickly. Even though you've got a nice bit of land afterwards, they won't see that until you get about here. Then we've got the B of the water, and then we've got a little out over there. So fingers crossed, I think he's going to learn a lot, I'm going to learn a lot, and I'm going to have to make sure I'm really on the job, because he won't have seen anything like this today, and stepped up a level, and it's quite a tough 90. So I'm very pleased with that show jumping round. He jumped, I think you can see a real improvement in the way he's going from Barbary. It's not still perfect. The last fence was a bit my fault. I got a bit keen and got ahead of him. And then he was a bit lucky. But other than that, I'm really pleased. I felt like he was jumping really well. He's better over a bigger height. And actually, I'm, dead chuffed with him. So now on to cross country and we'll just see what we've got. And I must remember not to get ahead of him. He's done okay so far.
1 minute. Jumping the Cunnington Enterprises split long brush on Nutley Aspley. Keybray Park comes onto the Equerry Loft for 15. And jumping the second, coming downhill and left through with Omer.
So I'm bright red, but what a terrific boy going cross country. It wasn't perfect by any means because, you know, he's still got a lot to learn. And obviously show jumping, I've been spending time slowing it down. And then cross country, I'm like, right, forwards, forwards. But really chuffed with him. He just stayed straight on all his lines. And even that tricky one, which you'll see on the course walk, he was really green for it. Didn't have the best jump over the first, but he just kept going and then popped down the step. He was actually a bit green over the brush coming out, but just held onto my neck strap. So it won't be the best photo if there was one there. But overall, absolutely chuffed with the little man. Here he is, getting an apple. He's been after a treat all day. He's still puffing a bit, so we'll walk him around a second. Yeah, and then we'll take his boots off. Because he's young and got studs in, I always leave their boots on till the last, until I get the studs out. So, yeah. So, just walking Robbie round. Just while he's a bit puffing because he's probably never gone round a course quite that long, and obviously at 90 speed. And absolutely chuffed with the little man. So green, he's so green, but he's really honest, and he just kept going over anything tricky. So yeah, we'll take his boots off in a minute, but obviously while he's got studs in and he's young, I always leave the boots on. So we'll take his studs out any second, and then he can have the boots off. But the ground is good, so I'm not too worried about overheated legs, and they're very lightweight boots. But the risk of stud injury is far higher than hot legs for a couple of minutes. And then we'll cool the legs down. So we've got a little bit of drama, well not really big drama, but I actually did wear a watch. I said I wasn't going to, but I did because I was quite competitive. And they've put me down as 15.6 time. Now obviously when I looked at my watch coming over the finish line, I saw I maybe was 1 second over at the worst. Maybe 2 seconds, so I need to go and query that. I do know the person's scoring today, so I've sent them a text message, which is not technically supposed to do, because they need to check my time, because it's definitely wrong. Anyway, my scores have been sorted out, so I think the dressage scores are a bit slow going up, so at the moment I should be in the top 10, which I'm absolutely bloomin' chuffed about. Well, Robbie's now back in this trailer. I've got the little trailer at the moment because mine's being repaired, but I have got my car back, which is pretty magic news. So he's tucking in. He's had a load of grass for about half an hour. He's had some water. He's actually a very good drinker. And it's like very close, as you can see. I'm a bit of beetroot. But luckily this is not a beauty channel. If you're after a beauty channel, no. There's better looking people out there. But to be honest, hopefully my horses are. But yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits the little guy. He's happy and eating. We're just going to go and get some food and then we'll probably trek on home. But anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed this, and also just seeing where Robbie is at the moment. So it's the next day. As you can see, Robbie has had a good overnight. We have had a lot of rain here in Somerset. We've had a month's worth in probably the last 24 to 48 hours. It's not going to stop today. Obviously Robbie gets a day off today, but he has certainly made the most of his time, haven't you, Robbie? But yeah, the little chap came fourth yesterday, so absolutely blooming thrilled. At this age, when they're 5 and a bit green, I don't really expect any results competing. I don't go after prizes because they're there to learn a job. And so if you do get really good placing like he did, look at my eyes, then it's just a bonus. It's the icing on the cake. So for him to come fourth was just a really incredible result. Really chuffed with him. He'll keep improving, keep coming on, and he's going to be a very, very nice horse to someone. But yes, he is a little swamp monster, aren't you, Robbie? There he is in all his glory. Show them your forelock. Yeah, it's just mud. I don't really know how you manage to do that. I just think you stick your head in a hole. Are you part ostrich? Anyway, thank you for watching our vlog. Hope you found that interesting. We're slowly stacking them up, trying to do a bit of like a 10-minute one once a week and then a longer one. Obviously winter's going to be harder. There'll probably be shorter videos, just more about what we get up to, how we do things and what we do. So yeah, that's how we're trying to do the vlogs at the moment. So hopefully you'll find that all quite interesting. And then yeah, see how it goes. Incy's next up with Chillington, then Nova back the week after. So we've got certainly a few things going on. And then the BE calendar is absolutely dire. Interesting enough, I've actually got a phone call with the CEO of British Eventing. Don't know why she's wasting her time doing that with me. I'm one person with one view on the Southwest calendar. Obviously I've got quite strong views, but I don't think I'm reflective of everybody, because I live in a bit of an area where I can get to everything quite quickly and easily. So I don't suffer the distance issue sometimes, but the BE calendar is dire this year, worse than I've ever known it. It's making it really hard for me. Hence Robbie goes and does Cotswold Cup. Just not interested in running in BE because it's too difficult. And so, I don't know. We'll see what comes out of this phone call. I think I'll just be I think I'll just be, you know, patted on the head and told things are going to improve for next year, but I'm not convinced I've seen anything in the background going on that will improve it. There needs to be like a Southwest committee of some sort. We need to be reaching out and getting people, because obviously Pontispool used to be a BE event, so we should be reaching out and getting people back into the fold who used to always be BE. And that is people like Pontispool, Morton, who have all got fed up with it because of the politics involved around unaffiliated. And we're the poorer for it in eventing by losing these events, especially when they come up at good times. In September, we always used to have Dauncey, which stopped running a couple of years ago because they didn't get the numbers in September. We used to have Bricky, that's not running anymore, even though it's still on the calendar. What else have we lost? I think Bovington's too late, it's too close to Bicton, which is so irritating. It's like 4 or 5 days before, when it could be at least a week or two earlier. I looked at running at Morton Morrell, which would be another 2 and a bit hour trip, but they're running the novice on a Friday, so I'd have to get a day off work, and I just, you know what, I can't bother with that at the moment because it's annual leave change time. I've used up all my annual leave in the summer, and I'm not going to go and use a day because effectively I'd have a very stressful Thursday trying to get everything ready to then leave on Friday. Can't guarantee any of my friends could come with me on the Friday because obviously everybody's at work. So yeah, not brilliant. But we'll see what comes out of it. I'll let you know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully carry on putting out stuff you enjoy watching. Anyway, see you soon.
Not able to compete here last year, so